Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome. Dela writes, the revelation of Igbi's secret surrogacy deal had shaken the palace to its core, okay? The air was thick with tension as the royal family gathered in their great hall, their faces dark with disbelief, anger, and sorrow. The Ooni's father, Paropo, his sisters, and the palace elders sat in their high seat, their expression grave. The truth had unraveled in the most disgraceful way. Adesewa, the house help, had returned, exposing the deception that threatened the sacred tradition of the throne. It is not a small something, no. They said Ooni's sister was the first person to break the silence. She rose from her seat, trembling with fury, her voice shaking the walls of the palace. You were truly going to bring an unknown child into the royal household, a child born of deceit and secrecy. Igbi, do you know what you have done? They said that was what she said, her eyes burned with betrayal as she turned to, Auntie Dupe, the woman who had orchestrated the logistics of the scandal. And you helped her carry out this abomination? Auntie Dupe lowered her face, unable to speak. Then Igbi pointed an accusing finger at Adesewa, her voice, rising. And you were meant to live with that child. The child was never to set foot in this palace. It was supposed to be for my sister-in-law. They said that was Igbi. Igbi started saying that the rumor is not true, that somebody is bent on doing something to malign her character, that they do know that she is already having problems with the elders and everybody. She is already on that hot seat, but they want to do more, that the child was meant to be for her own sister-in-law, okay? Now, what does that mean? Who was the child meant for? A taboo revealed. The elders leaned in their eyes, narrowing with suspicion. The Ooni's father, a man of wisdom and deep understanding, finally spoke. His voice was slow but heavy with authority. Igbi, speak plainly. Who was the child meant for? They said tears welled up in Igbi's eyes as she fell to her knees. Forgive me, Baba. Forgive me, my king. The child was never supposed to belong to, you. It was for my sister-in-law. They are all trying to set me up. They said, Igbi now is saying that child from the surrogate. I don't know if I should call this woman surrogate or whatever. There's Igbi said the child was never meant to be brought to the palace, that the whole arrangement that was orchestrated was for her sister-in-law. Now, with elders sitting, what is the name of your sister-in-law? Where is she living? They were going to invite the sister-in-law back to the palace so that they can know the truth. If what Igbi is saying is the truth, or if Igbi is just looking for an excuse. But with the way things are going, okay, nobody seemed to believe Igbi. Your sister-in-law, one of the elders, echoed in disbelief. You mean Igbi was never meant to keep the child? That is the woman who orchestrated this with Igbi, that is beginning to try and defend Igbi now. That arrangement was made for the sister-in-law, okay? Now, they are saying that it is a very big taboo. They say some elders are even saying that, is this what these women have been doing? Because if they had not tried to discharge this girl, the way they did, nobody would have heard about what was about to happen, okay? But apparently, they actually wanted the child to be part of the royal household. They actually wanted to bring the child into the royal household. But, the fear of the ancient sword right now is the beginning of everything for all of them. They do know that it's not going to be business as usual. There's no way that was going to happen in the palace, because they were going to catch them. Yes, like they were going to catch them red-handed, and that was why she went and aborted the deal. But you know that when God wants to catch you, they say any man that God wants to buy, God will make that man mad first. Igbi ought to have known very well that, look, this thing that I am doing right now, if I discharge this girl the way I want to discharge this girl, the girl might get angry. How do you get a small girl to get pregnant? A girl who is not even ready to be a mother yet. And you go and give the girl 500,000 naira to live. What is 500,000 naira supposed to do? How many cartons of baby food can 500,000 naira buy? Now, kids are not just toys. Kids are lifelong responsibilities. So if you want to, get into that kind of dealings, you must be prepared for it. You don't come out halfway and abort the mission. Because the reason why the girl even agreed to that arrangement was because she was promised 15 million naira. She had thought about her education, thought about her family, thought about everything, and she agreed to do it, thinking that she would just get her 15 million naira to start up her life, only for you to come and abort the mission halfway, and you think the girl is not going to fight back. That is the fight. They say the disgrace that is in the palace, the way that this whole thing has turned the dynamics of things in the palace is unbelievable, because the anger that the sisters of the Ooni of Ife have in their heart towards, Igbi, that you should have seen the fury and everything. They say Paropo was so upset. And they said, okay, look at now, no. You know that this thing is happening at a time where they are actually begging that Igbi should not serve, the punishment for the hermaphrodite, okay? They have been begging, families have been begging and all of that. Even before Iyanifa left for the groove, they were still on the case. Iyanifa said, okay, let her come back. Now this one is happening again. And now, when they think that it is their word against this little girl's word, things are beginning to change. Nobody is agreeing. The girl has told her truth. Igbi is not denying the fact that, something like that ever happened. Igbi is saying that it happened, but it was for the sister-in-law. So now the question is, if this was truly for your sister-in-law, why did you abort the mission? Is it that your sister-in-law suddenly got a baby? Are you going to join your sister-in-law to deceive your own brother? Is that what you are saying? That's the question that a lot of people are asking. And everybody knows that what that girl is saying is the truth. It was because of the ancient sword. They got scared because of the ancient sword, and that was why they aborted that mission. So right now, the fair thing to do is to find a way to, get that girl to deliver, and somebody needs to take responsibility for that child. Now, the question is that who is the man involved? Because it was not some kind of insemination. Somebody slept with her, and somebody arranged for the person who slept with her. So who is the real owner of that child is the question now that the elders are asking, that Igbi has not been able to answer. And they said that she will answer and they will settle this thing. Because the woman in question is saying that if they don't do well, that she is ready to escalate it and take it to wherever she wants to take it to. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget, these are all alleged, rumored, unverified, speculated information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.